Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so real quick, welcome to the channel. First of all, we want to cover today's just a quick video of a couple things. Kobbie Mainoo, right? Also the game. Hold on. Let me just pause that shit. Yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna cover in this quick video, because like we have a game in like I don't know about an hour or so. Hour and what's that? Hour and 30 minutes. So just gonna be like a 10-minute video. But first of all, I wanna clarify some stuff about yesterday. So in the previous video, I was like, it's a FA Cup game. Actually, it's a Carabao Cup game. I was saying it's gonna be a championship team. It's actually a League Two team, which is even worse, obviously. Um, I'm not really making no changes to my team that I had yesterday. Really, probably might bring in one of the young players like what's the guy named Diogo Leon. We might play him instead of Luke Shaw, one of them, because it's a League Two team. With all due respect. Also, with all due respect to Grimsby Town, they're like fifth in the league, so I actually went and educate myself a little bit on that team. So, but I think we're gonna win comfortably, probably 3-4 nil. We just don't want to see Bruno. But real quick, I just want to get into the Kobbie Mainoo situation. Everybody's talking about Kobbie Mainoo probably gonna leave for like 45 million to Real Madrid or something like that. First of all, that ain't happening. Look, you hear it here first. Kobbie Mainoo ain't leaving Manchester United for no Real Madrid or no other team, because we basically need to be signing strikers, not be selling strikers right now. So Kobbie Mainoo ain't going nowhere. And as you probably can tell, this I need to get a mic stand because this is like so uncomfortable right here in my hand some of the time. Take this off. I really do need a mic stand, right? God. Yeah, so first of all, if you're new here, like and subscribe. That's all I ask. Let me build up this community slowly but surely. So first of all, Kobbie Mainoo, a link to Real Madrid and a couple other teams, 45 million. Fabrizio Romano talking about it this morning. Honestly, for me, Kobbie Mainoo ain't going nowhere from my knowledge. I'm not saying I'm a ITK or I got no sources or none of that. It's just common sense, because like we already short on players and we're gonna be selling Kobbie Mainoo when we're just trying to sign Carlos Baliba for like 100 million. Why would we be selling like basically our best midfield player, or one of our best midfield player behind probably Bruno Fernandes at the moment? Why would we be selling Kobbie Mainoo at the moment? So obviously we won't be selling Kobbie Mainoo nowhere. I understand he's not been playing, and I talked about that in the video yesterday. Um, yeah, he's not been playing, but I think he's gonna 100% start today. We get the lineup in like 10 minutes, so I'm a hopefully, if I'm still alive, I'm gonna just take a look at that. Probably I'm not gonna be here because I'm just planning to go live for like 10 minutes really. So yeah, so Kobbie Mainoo ain't going nowhere. So anybody watching this live or pre-recorded, by the way, thank you for joining and like and subscribe. But yeah, Kobbie Mainoo ain't going nowhere, so rest assured. Also, Ruben Amorim, I've been seeing a lot of information on the internet about Ruben Amorim being Ruben Amorim no, not that one. Where is it? Well, I see what the issue is. Yeah, about Ruben Amorim and like under pressure and all of that, and like he might be facing the sack, and a lot of fans are Amorim out already, which is crazy to me, because like the guy just got the job last year November, and I know he's not winning. He got like probably the worst record as a Manchester United manager probably ever. But to be honest, this is the problem. we're too easy to burn the manager. Give him time. He's playing a system um, that the team I've never played before. I haven't really ever seen any Premier League team playing this system before until Ruben Amorim, and now I think the Wolves manager also played this system. I'm not sure if there's another team that played this system, but yeah. And also, I think the way he playing the system right now is not the way you want to play the system. There's no problem with the system, by the way. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But Ruben Amorim been facing the sack, and a lot of fans talking about Amorim out already and stuff is just crazy to me. I would actually urge all Manchester United fan right now, we should stand together instead of burning each other, burning the manager and so on. So I think stick by the manager for a second. Let's work with this manager. Let's give him another transfer window. I'm not talking about January. I'm talking about like another summer window. So give him until the end of this season. Let's see what he can do. I would even recommend not be Amorim out even into next season. And I know that's crazy because like we're in a result based competition. This is Manchester United we're talking about. We're not like, with all due respect to the teams that finished mid-table, even though we just did, but we're not that club. So obviously a manager need to win, and a manager need to maintain a particular standard to be a Manchester United manager. But we are a cooked club at the moment. Well, in order to get back to where we need to be, we need to have at least a little bit of consistency with at least the manager, because the people at the top ain't gonna change. I know they just throw Dan Ashworth out the club a couple months ago, but yeah, I don't see the people at the top changing, and those are the people who really need to be changed. Honestly, I'm not Sir Jim Radcliffe out. I'm not Sir Jim Radcliffe out. He's also new to the place, to the club. Let him prove himself. Let him slowly bring his vision to the club and see what he can do, right? The Glazers, they need to leave like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Probably we shouldn't even sell the club to them. But that's for another day. We ain't going to cover that, right? Also, all of this there's so many fans being so negative about Amorim and his system. I just want to say the system ain't the problem for sure. I can guarantee you 100%. I'm not a person who pretend to watch all these leagues. I only really watch the La Liga a little bit, the Premier League, and I watch, back in the days I used to watch the Bundesliga because it was free on my local TV at one point. But yeah, I used to watch the Bundesliga at some point. We're not talking about the Bundesliga right now, but just for your information, right? The La Liga a little bit because the El Clasico and a couple of the other big teams, but I don't really watch games outside of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, or even those three really. Because I don't really watch Valencia, I don't watch Getafe, I don't really watch those teams. Probably a Manchester City fan who watch those teams because I think they have a connection with one of those clubs. But yeah, I think it's Girona. I think they have connection with Girona. But yeah, as a Manchester United fan, I don't really watch any of the other team outside of those teams that I mentioned earlier, right? So yeah, it's also the same for the Bundesliga because I don't watch Schalke and none of those. I really watch like the top 4, top 5 team that finish in the Champions League on a year to year basis. The Leipzig, the Mönchengladbach, the Leverkusen, the Bayern, the Dortmund, these teams. But sorry, I know I'm off on a tangent, but yeah, like as a guy who watch a couple game in the league, the sporting league, the Portuguese league. Yeah, I've seen Amorim's system played. Like I see what the system is all about, and it's not what he's doing at Manchester United right now. He is actually trying to be more defensive to try to prevent the team from conceding goal, because we concede goals so often because our goalkeeper is crazy. We need a goalkeeper, as I've said in like probably all the videos that I've done so far. Yeah, and you know, the center back pairing, they weren't like gel together properly, so I think they're getting better now together because they're really good defenders. Outside of they're really good defender outside of individually. They're really good defenders individually, but together they weren't like a good pairing. But now they're getting better. The back three, I should say. Lenny Euro, Luke Shaw, and Matis Delit, really good defenders altogether. Maguire come in and he plays his part. So yeah, defensively we're a solid team. I think we need a defensive midfielder. Personally, I would rather a defensive midfield player. I would rather a defensive midfield player, but yeah. But but yeah, like honestly, I feel like people is overreacting about the system, talking about Ruben Amorim system is crazy and Amorim out and stuff like that. That's just crazy, man. I feel like we need to chill out. Yeah, and I don't feel like it's just the personnel. I feel like the system is fine if we get the correct players like what he had in Sporting. And for your information, um, I don't know if nobody is gonna be like revisiting this video at a later date. Probably when I got bigger and more people start going back to previous video, they might see this video. But I'm also saying this right now. Getting the player from Sporting, and I think Amarim knows as well. Getting players from Sporting to come to Manchester United to come and play for Manchester United, that's not the ideal thing either, because a lot of people is like, oh, we should go and get this player, we should go get that player, we should go get this player from Sporting. Amarim obviously don't want these players because you want higher quality player because he's playing in a higher quality league. And that's not taking anything from players like Homeland. Obviously Gyökeres just moved to Arsenal, so they are good players. You have what's the name of that guy? The right wing back that just signed for Chelsea. I think he comes in the new season, probably this season or the other one. So yeah, like Arsenal, like there are good players down there, but to go crazy and be like, okay, let's go and sign all of these Sporting players that I see everybody's talking about, because a lot of time I just watch other content creators in the same space, probably different fans of a different club, but they talk about Manchester United because what else get them views? Nothing else get them views, for these other content creators, like, I'm not gonna call like no channel out. I'm not that type of guy. Plus I don't got that type of channel to be calling people out. I'm new. So yeah, like, but to be honest, like, talking about Manchester United is what get people views, because we have like one of the largest fan base in the world, and that's obvious. Everybody can see that. So even Fabrizio Romano probably know that. That's the reason why some of the time you see he put that little Manchester United crest in the background, and then he talk about like something that is slightly related to Manchester United or probably not at all. Like a lot of time Fabrizio Romano do like this little, I don't want to say clickbait, but a lot of the time you see a Manchester United crest on Fabrizio Romano thing, and he's not really bringing a Manchester United news, but he knows that Manchester United bring a lot more views. And if he put a thumbnail out and a title out that doesn't mention anything about Manchester United, that video is gonna perform less, unless you're talking about Ronaldo and Messi and talking about a lot of other big clubs altogether. Because if you talk about a video about Real Madrid alone, even though Real Madrid is considered quote unquote to be the biggest club in the world, I promise you get less views. Just check it out. Any video that is on 90% of platforms on the internet, if they talk about Real Madrid alone, like a Real Madrid news or whatever, just by itself, that video is gonna get less views than a video talking about Manchester United themselves. That's the reason why um there's a whenever there's a a player moving, they always get linked to Manchester United, even if we are stacked in the position. If Manchester United have 100 goalkeepers who are world class, and Donnarumma is moving from PSG to a different club, he get linked to Manchester United first. So yeah, we as a club bring the views. So yeah, everybody talk about Manchester United. I lost my chain of thought. I need to stop doing that. I keep going off on a tangent. But anyways, yeah. Also, I think Kobbie Mainoo is gonna make his debut. I know I said it was supposed to be a 10-minute video, but let me see if we have the lineup. Wow, that's very 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 surprising. I'm really really proud though that we see Kobbie Mainoo and you got this start. I actually predict that. Um, wow, holy, that's crazy because like I predicted Brian and Buemo to start right. I predict Leniero to start. I predict Onana to not play any at all because the club is trying to push him out. I predict Luke Shaw, but to be fair, I did said Aiden Heaven could start, or you know, or even the young guy, Diego Leon. I knew Patrick Dago was gonna start, but I didn't know we was gonna start Matis Cunha. And yeah, I didn't see that coming, but it makes sense if we don't start Bruno. Matis Cunha definitely need to start. That's for sure. Benjamin Shesko through the middle is first start. I actually predict that. Maguire through the middle, I predict that. But that's wild though. I ain't gonna cap. That's wild. And the benches buying Deer, Matis Delete, yep. Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Joshua Xerxes, Casemiro, and Buemo, Tom Heaton, and Diego Leon. Let me see if I can change it to the. Okay, so this is right here the official lineup. Benjamin Shesko through the middle, Matis Cunha left, number 10, Diego Dalot right number 10, Patrick Dagu, yep, left wing back, Aiden Heaven. A matter of fact, I did put Aiden Heaven to start, didn't I? Yeah, actually, I think I was mixing it up with my first prediction. So Aiden Heaven I had to start. I didn't have Fredrickson to start. That I know that we only playing Grimsby Town, with all due respect to Grimsby, but I didn't expect Fredrickson to be starting. But it's good though because Ruben Amorim really don't play Manchester United youth players, so I know that it's not like you have a problem with none of the youth players or nothing like that. I just think at the moment he's trying to play senior players to save his career, basically, because like if he keep losing and using these young players and he got the sack, it's not gonna be like, you know. So, but I'm not all surprised about this team. I'm just, because I already told you that Bruno wasn't going to start. But I'm surprised Matis Cunha is playing, even though he's basically probably our best attacking player all season. So to play him against this young team is crazy. But my prediction for this game, I'm gonna sign off right now. My prediction for this game is gonna be 4-1, because we can't keep a clean sheet no matter who we play. I think if we play against if we play against Chelsea on the 10th, there we will definitely concede a goal. We can't keep a clean sheet to save our life. So yeah, I would recommend. Not recommend. I would say we will win this game like probably 4-1. You know, I think we definitely gonna concede, but we definitely gonna score goals. I can see Benjamin Sesko getting a brace. You know, that would be good for his confidence. And Mainoo playing a really good game. Looking forward to see Mainoo play. And also, like as I said in the starting of this video, like Mainoo ain't going nowhere because we already short on midfielders. So at this late time in the window, Mainoo ain't transferring go to no club. Yeah, and I think the players that we got is gonna be the players we got, except from the players of the bomb squad that is already out. We haven't sold them yet, but they're already not in the squad. They haven't been in preseason. People like Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, Rashford is already gone. Malacia, he's I don't even know. I haven't seen that guy in a minute. I don't know what's gonna happen with Malacia. So hopefully we can see the exit of those players to the back end of the transfer window. We try to get in this goalkeeper, Lamens, and hopefully one midfielder. I really don't want to see Rasmus Højlund go, but I think for sure we're gonna see him go because like he can't even make the bench for a League 2 Carabao Cup game. League 2 team in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, so I think Rasmus Højlund is 100% gone. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for everybody who's watching. If you're watching live, thank you. If you watch pre-recorded, also thank you. Like and subscribe, that's all I ask. Help me to build up this community. Slowly but surely I'm gonna be streaming every day, so tune into the channel and give me a support. Thank you.